There's a difference between 90% and 100%. When you listen to the records that win, they're 100%. People come to me because I can hear the difference between good and great.
My name is Jacob Edgar. I'm an explorer, but I don't search for lost cities or ancient ruins. I'm on the quest for a different kind of treasure, music. As an ethnomusicologist and world music record producer, I travel the globe hunting for the best songs the world has to offer. And I suffer through some of the worst, so you don't have to. I've got a backstage pass to the world's music, and I won't stop until I've heard it all.
So far on my Road to a Grammy adventure, I've been to Denver, Colorado, Lafayette, Louisiana, and Washington, D.C. And I met up with Grammy nominees Bela Fleck, India Arie, Cedric Watson, and others. And now I'm on Hollywood Boulevard in what was always my ultimate destination, Los Angeles, California, where the Grammy Awards ceremony takes place. Let me see you move something right now, girl. Move your body, baby. Move your body, girl. Shake something in the club. Now that I'm here, I'm going to dive full on into the glitz and glamour of the Grammy world. I'm meeting up with Tricky Stewart, who's been working behind the scenes with some of the top pop stars and creating the biggest hits that you can hear on the radio. I'm also going to take some time out to explore LA and some of the places I used to visit when I lived here. Some of my favorite restaurants, nightclubs, record stores, radio stations, and more.
The Grammy Awards, which comes from the word gramophone, were established in 1958 and are presented every year by the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences, or NARAS for short. Nominees for a Grammy are voted on by their peers in the music industry, and I've been a voting member on and off for the last 10 years or so.
It has arrived. My invitation for the Grammy Awards ceremony. So as a NARAS, National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences voting member, I get the privilege of paying a few $100s to get a ticket to go to the Grammys.
The award holds great significance, not only in the minds of the broader public, but with the artists themselves. And there's really no bigger accolade in the music industry than a coveted Grammy Award. The genres that are eligible for awards range from jazz and R&B to world music, Cajun and Zydeco, reggae, Hawaiian music, Native American music, country, folk, electronic, and the Latin Grammy Awards were launched as a separate entity entirely in the year 2000. You name it, there's something for all tastes and interests. Although I still haven't gotten over the loss of the polka category last year. Now that was a heartbreaker. But even though I may bite my nails every year over who wins in the Best World Music category, it's fair to say that most people only really pay attention to the star-studded categories such as Best New Artist, Song of the Year, and Album of the Year. So I thought I'd take a behind-the-scenes look at the world of the Grammy elite by meeting up with one of the most successful songwriters and producers of recent years, a guy named Christopher Tricky Stewart. Now, you might not be familiar with his name, but unless you've been living under a rock for the last few years, you'll probably know the artists for whom he's written or produced hit songs. Rihanna, Britney Spears, Jennifer Lopez, Mary J. Blige, Katy Perry, Christina Aguilera, Kenny G. Okay, I'm kidding about that last one. I just wanted to make sure you were paying attention. Anyway, you get the idea. This year, Tricky is up for 4 Grammys, all for his work with the superstar Beyoncé, whose album I Am Sasha Fierce he helped produce. Not to mention being one of the writers for the smash hit Single Ladies Put a Ring on It. Tricky invited me to his home in the Hollywood Hills. This stylish place is just his pied-à-terre in Los Angeles, as he lives much of the time in Atlanta. But despite the life of luxury, it turns out Tricky's a very laid-back guy, really friendly and open. We sit down for a chat. You're working with artists that are superstars, you know, Beyonce, Rihanna, Mariah Carey, whatever.
For me, the biggest thing that I was always taught is to walk into a room and be able to absorb the room. And I guess in a sense it means to be able to walk into the room without an ego, and to be able to come into the room and understand that you're there to extract an idea or a concept that's going on in someone's brain. I'm the liaison between what she wants, what they need, and what the people want. Truthfully, the microphone is the thing that captivates you. No one comes into music going, hey, I want to be the behind the scenes guy. You kind of end up there if you have enough love for music and enough common sense to put your skill set together in a way that you can still be passionate and still be close to the action.
And what's it like working with Beyonce? I mean, what does she bring when she comes into the studio?
Perfection. Beyonce is the absolute real deal. She is absolutely amazing. She's better than it looks, which is hard to imagine, but she's absolutely amazing.
Talking to Tricky reinforces the fact that one of the secrets to being a producer to the stars is letting talented people be themselves and comfortable in the studio environment. Sometimes a little too comfortable.
The studio has been a place that I've spent, countless amount of hours in since I was 16 years old. So I've seen pretty much everything that's happened in the real world happens in the studio. My engineer B, he says that he's gonna write this book called Behind the Board. And it's like just the things that you see. Like I've seen people, I've worked with artists that can't work with clothes on, It's
They cannot work with clothes on.
I mean, I've seen it all.
I thought I was the only one.
Yeah, I've seen it all.
What happens? I mean, if you win a Grammy,
Well, it affects me mentally just because the Grammy, as a music maker and a person that's passionate about music, the Grammy is the thing that you're looking for the most to validate your success of I've made it at what I do. I think the biggest thing for me is that I want to become a mogul of music and entertainment. I just want to be important to my industry to the point where you can't forget about me, like a Berry Gordy, like an L.A. Reid, like a Jimmy Iovine. I want to accomplish enough things that when you look back at my career, you have to consider it, where you have to honor it, where it's important and it was significant to music and to the history of music.
even though the stuff he produces is intended for a mass audience, Tricky also knows that it takes true talent and creativity to rise to the next level. Later that night, I head over to Tricky's exclusive Grammy party, where stars roll up in tinted window celebrity mobiles.
You'll see me rolling in that Maybach Benz. All on your set, why my dog do.
I join reporters from TMZ, People Magazine, and other paparazzi on the red carpet as celebrities and wannabes strut their stuff. Hey, haven't I seen that guy on TV? I even see someone familiar, India Irie, who I hung out with in Washington, D.C. recently.
How's it been going, the whole thing around the Grammys and being in LA and all that stuff?
Fine.
Yeah.
Not much pressure.
Oh, that's good.
Because, I'm just here to have fun.
Yeah, good.
Good. See you guys in Sunday.
It's one of the most exclusive parties in town, and you've got to be well connected to get inside. No, really, I'm supposed to be on the guest list.
the days leading up to the Grammy Awards ceremony, all across LA there are parties, brunches, special events, concerts, and industry insiders all get together and hobnob. Last night I went to Tricky Stewart's party and it was madness. Christina Aguilera was there, Stevie Wonder was there, India Arie, Katy Perry. It was really amazing event. Today I've been invited to the Only in Louisiana brunch where they've flown in musicians and chefs from Louisiana. Inside there's going to be Harry Connick Jr., Trombone Shorty, Lettucey. It's going to be an amazing event as well. I'm going to go check it out.
The singer Lettucey is originally from New Orleans. She's nominated this year for a Grammy in the R&B category. I used to watch her perform in small clubs in San Francisco back before she made it big.
Here I am with Lettucey.
Hi.
And so we're in town for the Grammy Awards, right?
Again, and it's amazing.
Here you are at a party, kind of
Yeah.
a social event. I mean, you've been going to other events while you're here?
There's a lot of brunches going on. Just hanging out with
You walk
people,
the red
meeting.
carpet? Walk red carpets?
Red carpet is long and fabulous. You have to
Yeah.
suck in the whole
Really?
time.
Oh, yeah, I definitely
So
did
did
that.
you suck in?
I did.
Okay,
I was
good.
like,
yeah.
Schwarzenegger.
And then
yeah.
do you practice your poses? at
Yeah,
all
yeah, I
before
was
you-
working on my poses.
Yeah, I worked on mine last night. I'm still working on them. They're getting better.
People are pretty good at it,
Yeah,
you know?
you
I
know,
mean,
and they
yeah.
have the
Yeah,
shoulder
they do the
over the
thing.
shoulder.
I know, it's amazing.
So
yeah.
great. Oh, sorry.
So
But that's
now-
what you do. at the
uh,
Grammy.
Joining Lettucey on stage is Trombone Shorty, who I've worked with before when he appeared as a guest musician on one of the albums on my label. Shorty invites me to join him back home in New Orleans and see what really influences his music. I'm already planning to take him up on that offer because I had a great trip the last time I was in Louisiana.
We're going to be coming to your town soon,
Real soon.
and you got some adventures in mind, things we
Yeah.
might try to do while we're down there?
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff in mind. We're just gonna indulge into the New Orleans culture. You know, maybe see some Mardi Gras Indians, go to a couple of second lines or some jam sessions in the neighborhood, in the Treme neighborhood. You know, eat some crawfish and gumbo, everything we can possibly think of.
Sounds terrible. I don't know. Sounds like it's not going to be any fun.
We'll see. We'll see.
I went to grad school and lived in Los Angeles for a few years, and because it's such an epicenter of the music industry, I'm here a lot for concerts, meetings, and conferences. It did take me a while to get used to spending most of my waking hours in a car.
Prepare to turn left after a quarter mile onto Hollywood Boulevard.
The celebrity culture, and even the brown haze that covers the city like a fuzzy blanket. But after a while, I really enjoyed living here, and I always have a great time whenever I visit. This is such a massive city with so much to do and discover. You can visit all the fascinating ethnic communities, and it really makes you feel like you're on a world tour, right here in one place. A must-visit for me is Amoeba Records, perhaps the world's greatest record store. Originally founded in Berkeley, California, it now has a branch in San Francisco and here on Hollywood Boulevard. And in a time of record industry consolidation, it's one of the last mega record stores still standing. And it's still going strong. Amoeba's success comes from the fact that it has one of the best selections of new and used recordings on the planet. And it continues to hire passionate staff who are freakishly knowledgeable about music. Los Angeles is a great radio town, and one of the most influential independent radio stations in the world is KCRW. Its tastemaker DJs, many of whom work as music supervisors in film and television, are renowned for bringing early attention to eventual stars like Coldplay, Norah Jones, Beck, Dido, and countless others.
I'm Tom Schnabel, and you're listening to 89.9 KCRW. One of the most amazing bands to come out of Mali, and there's so many different bands, is this one, Basiku Koyate and Ngone Ba.
Tom Schnabel is an old friend of mine, and he was the host of KCRW's flagship show, Morning Becomes Eclectic, for 12 years. And he was one of the first DJs in America to bring exotic sounds from around the globe to a large audience. He meets up with me in the KCRW Music Library to show me around.
For people who don't know KCRW, explain what the station is.
It's known for its music. It's known for breaking a lot of rules in terms of what National Public Radio or what non-commercial radio is.
Sure.
It's eclectic. You never really quite know what's going to happen.
Where are we right now?
We're in the music library. This library, just like KCRW, breaks the rules. You know, we've got classical, we've got pop, we've got world, we've got a large jazz library. I mean, like really great stuff.
How many recordings do you think we have in this room?
Well, I don't really know. I mean, it's kind of beyond counting at this point, but I think the last time someone counted, it was something like 65 or 70,000 records, which is a lot for this room. You are listening to KCRW and KCRW.com. We turn from the Malian groove of Basaku Koyate and Ngone Ba. We go to the wonderful Tito Rodriguez with a brand new album called El Inolvidable. It means the unforgettable. He is one of the greatest of all Mambo Kings, and he's next here at 89.9 KCRW.
Speaking of mambo, El Floridita, a Cuban restaurant in Hollywood, serves fantastic Cuban cuisine and is known for legendary Latin music jam sessions. I invite an old friend and musician, Ricardo Lemvo, to meet me there for conversation and a few mojitos. Ricardo is originally from the Congo in Africa, and he grew up listening to the Cuban music that was popular in Africa at the time. With his band Maquina Loca, Lemvo's been bringing his unique Afro-Latin sound to audiences worldwide for over 20 years.
I've invited you to come to Floridita.
Floridita, oh, this is one of my favorite places.
You know this place?
I've been coming here forever.
Yeah.
Every Monday night, you have to come here.
Yes.
Johnny Polanco performs here.
Exactly.
And I've been here many, many times.
Right. When I was at UCLA and when I was living here, I came to Floridita probably every Monday night. You know, it's great.
Great place. It's a scene.
It's a great scene. I mean, you've got, it's really intimate, small,
Yeah.
you know, everybody's dancing. You got people of all ages, young, old.
Exactly. You have
and
to
the
come here and
bands.
experience the place.
Yeah.
And the mojito is great.
Well, speaking of,
Yeah?
would you like a mojito?
You know what? Let's do
That's a
it.
brilliant idea. All right, let's go have one.
Okay.
Like so many things in LA, it's located in a mini mall. But don't let the generic exterior fool you. Inside, it's like being in a club in Old Havana. Ricardo and I catch up over a few mojitos, a Cuban cocktail made with rum, sugar, lime, sparkling water, and fresh crushed mint. It's the perfect drink to build your energy up for some salsa dancing. It's been quite a musical journey in my build-up to the Grammy Awards, as I zigzagged across the country to meet up with Grammy nominees. I started my voyage in Denver for a get-together with Bela Fleck and the Flecktones, who's demonstrated that the banjo isn't just for hillbillies. From there, I headed to Washington, D.C., and had a great time sitting in on a once-in-a-lifetime jam session with India Irie, African singer Dobe Nyore, Israeli pop star Idan Reichel, and guitarist Blue Miller. left the nation's capital and made my way down to the capital of Cajun culture for a Bayou Bash with Creole Youngblood Cedric Watson and some get-togethers with all of this year's nominees in the Cajun and Zydeco Grammy category. And then I hobnobbed with Tricky Stewart, producer for The Stars, walking the red carpet at one of the music industry's most exclusive parties.
Well, I finally reached the end of my Road to a Grammy adventure. I'm standing in front of the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles, and the Grammy Awards ceremony is about to start. So I've learned a lot on this trip, but perhaps more than anything, it's how much the Grammys mean to the artists that are nominated, or better yet, win an award. It doesn't matter their level of fame or success. A Grammy nomination, or better yet, winning an award, means a level of validation and respect from your peers that's unequaled. Plus, for the rest of your career, you're gonna have Grammy-nominated, or better yet, Grammy-winning artists tagged on after your name. But you don't have to dig very deep into the list of nominees to discover some exceptional artists, be they banjo virtuosos, African divas, Zydeco legends, or R&B stars, hip-hop producers, you name it. So, I think I'm gonna enter myself in a new category that I call the Best Ethnomusicological, World Explorer, Rocky Mountain Oyster Eating, Harmonica Player Extraordinaire category. Look out, Beyonce, here I come. You know, I shouldn't be doing this. I'll just ask John the Grammy Man to make me a custom statuette. That's much easier. I'll just take my ticket, go inside, and enjoy the show.